How are you, Dan?
Yeah, good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, doing good, doing good. We were just talking before we pressed record about ultimately being able to achieve any goal that you set out to be able to achieve. And we were talking about nutrition and the fact that we've guided so many of our dads and corporates to be able to get to a certain goal, but it doesn't need to happen overnight. So if your ultimate goal is to be able to, your day of eating is ultimately to look like this in a perfect world, don't expect it to happen overnight because you're really setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah, I mean, the hero's journey, that's what it's all about, being able to enjoy the small, simple steps that you can take every day to make incremental upgrades and optimization of your health life, which includes nutrition, includes training and movement, includes designing a lifestyle that optimizes your positive habits when it comes to health. So the idea of the hero's journey is that you're not trying to achieve everything in one moment or in one day or in 1 week. It's about a lifestyle plan. It's about sustainable habits and just being consistent and showing up to the best of your ability. And some of the great ways to do that is just to have a bit of a plan and have great support so you can activate that plan. And if you do struggle, then you've got someone to lean on. And if you do find that it's too challenging, then you look for solutions to make the changes that you want to make. And so one example of this is we have a client who has been a meat lover and meat eater for his whole life, and every meal has meat included in it. And he got a bit of a shock to the system when he went to the doctor, and the doctor spoke to his diet and some of the changes that he wanted to implement there to upgrade some of the aspects of his health life. And so he was asked and invited to reduce the amount of meat consumption, to just challenge how he normally eats. And he looked at that as a really daunting prospect, but was really open to it, and reached out to us and asked for some recipe ideas, but also asked for the permission to just share the struggles and challenges of changing a diet plan that he'd been on his whole life. And so it's not just the physical element of things, but it's also the mindset aspect of changing something and shifting the focus and shifting the meal plans too. And so it's working holistically, where it's not just one thing that we're personally working on, but we're trying to support dads who are making lifestyle changes, and that includes nutritionally too.
And the science is out. If you are trying to make a really powerful change in your life, the most beneficial and safe way to do it really is to be doing it in slow incremental chunks. Because ultimately at Hero, we're not trying to create this kind of overnight transformation where you're going to eventually rebound back in a couple of weeks' time. It's about creating habits that are going to serve you long into your future, so you can even teach them to your children and your children's children. And that's ultimately what we're trying to do here. We're trying to transform you slowly over your entire life. And that is done in an unintimidating fashion, so you can make changes that are going to last forever and ever.
Yeah, it's really powerful just to follow on from there. Sometimes simplicity can feel like it's insulting. We love really complex things, but ultimately, the hardest thing is to keep things simple. And we're all about supporting people to keep things simple, because it's all about sustainability. It's all about life practices that one can adopt so they have a great life and inspire their kids and their kids' kids to have a great life too, and live this healthy lifestyle. And that's what's really needed right now. So we find it's really important to keep things simple and to just tick things off one day at a time. And of course, having all the support when things are tough is the way to make great breakthroughs too. So simplicity, it might not be sexy, but it's the way to really make a transformation, and the transformation is lifelong.
It really is. I hope that helps, guys.
Thanks, everyone.